is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Fantastic edition of Mornings on Main Street on this beautiful Thursday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2022. We're going to be out today having a good time. The question is, what's the weather like, intern? Brought to you by our friends at 54, the Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. The proud partner with the All of Us research program for the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting our website at joinallofus.org/54. Now, our pick city of the day, Hermitage, which we call God's country, that and Donaldson lumped together. To a little fog out there this morning as you make your way in. But this afternoon, high of 72, and the sun is, according to the text it sent me, is going to peek its head out later on. So hopefully it peeks out. We have a good day. It'll be beautiful and enjoy the St. Patrick's Day. Welcome in, everybody. We are lucky because it's St. Patrick's Day. And I got my $5 Walmart shirt on, and I feel really happy about that. So it's going to be a fun day. Let's bring in the intern as we do always at this time. Hey, man, no green. What's up?
No, I don't have green on, but I did make this overlay.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Oh, look at that little cute hat you got on.
I know. I like it. Yeah, I was looking for my pot of gold. I'm like,
what am I? Am I trying to, are you a horse? I'm trying to beat you with a whip? What do we got here?
You're telling me where the gold's at. And I'm like, I haven't found it on this side.
You know where the gold is? It's in your heart, brother.
Oh, right here.
It's in your heart.
Thanks, man. You too. You have a heart of gold as well.
Please shut up.
Okay.
All right. So today is St. Patrick's Day. So I figured we start the show off real quick with some St. Patrick's Day facts, things that I did not know. We're going to reveal these together. Are you ready with this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm not subscribing to History Channel's website. There we go. First of all, the real St. Patrick was born in Britain. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Born in Britain.
Huh. How about it?
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
So he was a bloke. Oh, no, that's Australia.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so what's number 2? There were no snakes around for St. Patrick to banish from Ireland. Obviously, he's never been in Nashville. There's plenty of snakes around here.
Yeah,
the two-legged kind.
Right.
Hello.
Hey.
Look at his picture there. He's like, whatever.
Like, where are the snakes?
It's the same reaction I do when I go to Walmart. There's only one register open. I'm like, come on with this.
And you have one thing, they have a million?
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's see. What's number 3? Let's reveal this. Leprechauns are likely based on Celtic fairies.
Okay.
But look at that beard he's got.
And that pipe, too. That's cool.
What's in that pipe, do you think?
Probably just organic, all plant-based.
Probably vaping. He went up to the Raj's vape shop and got something. Belief in leprechauns likely stems from the Celtic belief in fairies, tiny men and women who could use their magical powers to serve good or evil.
How about it?
In Celtic folktales, leprechauns were cranky souls responsible for mending the shoes of other fairies. I didn't know my grandma was a leprechaun.
Well, I think it's
most cranky.
They get so frustrated that they can't find that pot of gold,
Yeah. Hey, the shamrock was considered a sacred plant.
All right. Have you ever
Okay.
found a four-leaf clover before?
I'm sure I did. I don't go looking for them.
Oh. I've found one before, but I was looking for it, so I don't know if that counts.
All right, number 5. The first. Hey, take this, Ireland. The first St. Patrick's Day parade was held in America. Boy, they look like they're having a good time, don't they? Look at this. Of course, New York City, 1895. Men march in 1895 St. Patrick's Day parade in New York City.
Oh, I would have thought it would be in Boston.
Didn't Ferris Bueller do that in his movie? Didn't he have the Chicago Day St. Patrick's Day parade?
Was that what it was? I know he sang a tune on the float there.
I don't know. Records show the St. Patrick's Day parade was held in March 1601. And they don't know this.
Right.
In St. Augustine. They don't know this at all.
Anything before the 1800s, no one knows if it actually happened.
They had a parade. No, I mean, there's some other stuff that I know that happened, but like this.
Right.
Someday it did not happen down there. What's number
I've been
7?
to St. Augustine.
Ooh, corned beef and cabbage was an American innovation.
Shout out to us.
America is number 1.
I love how this website's like, hey, Ireland's cool and everything. Like, we get their whole holiday.
But yeah, if it wasn't for America,
let's remind you.
You wouldn't have anything there. Oh, that's kind of cool there. All right. So, intern, did we get the Leprechaun story downloaded?
Yes, we sure did.
All right. So, this is my favorite news story of all time. This was a Leprechaun story in Mobile, Alabama. Yes, it actually aired on the news. People thought they saw a leprechaun in Mobile, Alabama. And this is 100% true. This is not a farce or a satire. Actual news story. Enjoy this.
Well, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, crowds are coming by the dozens to get an up-close view at what some say is a piece of Irish folklore.
Some people in the Crichton area of Mobile say a leprechaun is taking up residence in their neighborhood. A leprechaun. NBC 15's Brian Johnson has more.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community, many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun? Say yeah!
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, it's still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where the gold at. I want the gold. Give me the gold. I want the gold.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
People will do anything for a pot of gold. I mean, anything.
You know what I like? I like the amateur sketch of the leprechaun. It looks like somebody got a really good look at it and got that good drawing out there.
Who did that? I want to know who sketched that.
I don't know. Maybe Brian sketched it.
Doodling.
That was a good story.
Oh, yes, that is my favorite story of all time because it actually aired on local news.
That sketch, the artist sketch.
So kudos to the news director in Mobile who allowed that to go on TV because my goodness, I mean, that was like mid-90s, I think.
Right.
And it's still funny today, all these years later.
He's like, I don't know. It looks like a leprechaun to me.
Oh, and the amateur sketch and all that stuff.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's try to get to some headlines today from the Main Street Nashville E-Edition, if I can find it. There. Uh-oh, I'm on the wrong page. Well, that's a teaser. That's a teaser. Get off that. Get off that. Get off that. Hey, before we start anything, we'll bring it up a little bit. Congratulations to your alma mater. The Lebanon Blue Devils won yesterday. Beat Clarksville, moving to the semifinals of the state championship. So
that's awesome.
We'll have more on that later on. And tomorrow, I know he's probably watching around, doesn't know this, but Tommy Bryant, the Hall of Fame sports writer, Lebanon High graduate, is going to join us tomorrow. Whether he knows it or not.
Legend.
We're telling you right now, Tommy, we need you on the show tomorrow to talk about your alma mater.
Right, yeah, this is actually us asking.
That's fantastic for you. Okay, here, listen. This caught my eye on the front page today. Not this one, but I hate that there any kind of food bank closing gets me upset.
Right.
So bill would allow national to end smoking in bars downtown. Look, as a former bartender many years ago, it was awful. Awful.
Like,
So,
you mean like them smoking cigarettes inside?
yeah, and then you know, once you get past that and then go back into a bar again, it's like walking. Remember we went to Kentucky Downs?
Right. Yes.
And the smoke in there was like, God Lord.
Yeah, they do it up. They don't smoke upstairs though, because then when you go upstairs, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, we spent all our time upstairs. We couldn't breathe downstairs.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry to get the job. Ron Hutto named director of Lebanon schools. I'm sorry, buddy.
They didn't even tell me.
Yep.
That's
Hutto is principal of Colesville Elementary, but there's a job opening there, maybe.
okay. Okay. All right. Scott Benson. I know him. Elliot Benson. I'm really good friends with his son. Scott Benson is the former what Hutto is going to be.
So you've got an in then.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Hutto is a monster, like in a good way.
Oh, good. Middle Tennessee State University officer Caitlin Erskine knows female officers like herself play a vital role in law enforcement. She's the first female officer at MTSU earning her certification as a defensive tactics instructor. I would love to see her beat you up.
I swear.
Maybe we could do this one day. Go down there and watch her beat you up.
She has so many gadgets and gizmos. It's insane.
Don't mess with her.
All
God
right.
bless you, Caitlin. Well, job.
Fine, I won't.
Okay, front page of the national banner. 80 years ago today, so 1942. We're just now gotten to the war.
I wonder what storm. Storms take 27. That's not good.
Yeah, it's not. But this is right when World War II started.
Oh, wow.
So this is March 17th, 1942. Remember, Pearl Harbor was December 7th, 1941. Right. So 3 months later, we're in the middle of all this stuff that's going on. So what a time. What a time to be alive and all that.
20 is that that's not the 20 missing as U.S. ship is torpedoed. That's not. Well, I know Pearl Harbor got us into the war, but I think that also had something to do with it. Like
it did.
The ship, the U.S., or maybe that was one.
This is after the war started, so
okay.
It went on. But nice try though.
It could be.
It's not important.
Trying to drop something on y'all right there, and it didn't work at all.
Didn't work at all.
Thanks for going with it.
1762. New York held its first St. Patrick's Day parade, but we all know that it started in 1601 in St. Augustine, Florida, according to reports, air quotes, reports. That went
they can't put anything on the internet that's not true.
This is a shot at the bow with you here. I'm going to show you this. If you even try to go off on a stage a walkout over pay and break times, I'll beat you outside this office in Lebanon.
You'll be like, we're going to take a quick break.
I'll come back, you have welts on your face.
I'm going to be like,
Amazon workers stage walkouts, overpay, and break times. The subheadline should be, intern, don't even think about it.
Like I'm out there like, please guys, go back inside.
If I see you making a sign like that and you're walking around saying like, we make Bezos billions, or like Big Joe's a bozo, I will beat you senseless in the parking lot.
My sign would say, this is Amazon.
So it's a warning. Don't do that. Big news yesterday. The Tennessee Titans released Julio Jones. Terry McCormick from Titan Insider at 7:40 would join us. A lot of changes going on the Tennessee Titans. I love the fact they let him go. He was absolutely worthless, did nothing for this football team, made $15 million. All you Titans fans went crazy when they signed him. Titans Twitters, you need to stay off free agency because you wanted Jadeveon Clowney, you wanted Vic Beasley, you wanted Julio Jones. Disasters, all of them.
I was a huge supporter of all three of those decisions.
Awful. You should know better, Julio Jones.
Well, just
he was hurt at Atlanta. He's not nowhere near the same player.
Right. That caption, Jonesing for cap space, is amazing.
It is. Plus, like he's running the bank. The cash is $15 million.
Yeah, so, and that guy on the left is like transferring some money to him.
Who wears that to a game?
Yeah, dude, come on.
Not 1930.
It's hot. It's got to be hot that
this
day.
Guy here's you.
Yeah. I'm like, is that a football player?
We went out and bought a jersey.
Right.
My son-in-law went out and bought a $185 Julio Jones jersey.
I bought a Ryan.
Said, what do you think? And I said, you don't want to know what I think.
I bought a Ryan Tannehill jersey the last playoff game, this most recent one.
Really?
During halftime, yep.
What are you doing, man? So Cane Ridge from Metro Nashville got beat by Bearden. Lebanon will take on Bearden tomorrow afternoon in the semifinals.
Let's go Lebanon.
Man, I didn't know that. Nashville had won a boys basketball state title in large school since 1981.
Wow, what a close game. 69-67.
The old Big Joe alumni McGavick, they won two in the mid 70s.
Hey, did you play? Time. Did you ball up?
I did.
Did you really play basketball?
Heck no. You ever seen me? Oh, man.
You can get down low and just.
No, I can't do anything correct. Awful. National Art, but tournament starts today. So all day long, basketball tournaments, first round NCAA tournaments going all day long. I like this little cute bracket we have in Main Street, Nashville today.
Yes.
Any edition. You can look at it and see men's and women's and see what's happening, what's going on.
That's nice.
Nashville Predators back on the ice tonight. They're taking on the Philadelphia. What's Philadelphia's name?
The Flyers.
Yeah. Aims to stop 3-game skid for Philadelphia. But see the standings again. Where are the Nashville Predators?
Predators.
That's NBA there, Joe. Good job. Let's go back over here.
Mhm.
There's the NHL. Nashville.
Boom.
Woo, boy. All right, we got a log jam.
Exactly. We're flirting with Minnesota.
So
And
we got
St.
to stay
Louis.
ahead of these teams on the Pacific.
So
They can finish
close.
Up there. It is so close.
Wow.
So close, yet so far. Let's go and check your horoscope. By the way,
What's
all right,
up?
look at this guy.
Hey, look at that,
He's
JoJo.
beautiful. This is a story I want you guys to read. That all right, it's the Thompson Lane Tunnel over in South Nashville. You honk through it. I told you about this yesterday. I honked through it.
Right.
The guy wanted to fight me.
I know that's a crazy story.
But a lot of people were reacting on my Facebook page today because I posted the story last night. I love it. It brings back a lot of good memories for us around Middle Tennessee that goes on.
Right.
Real quick, let's read your horoscope.
Okay.
Taurus, think matters through and you'll come up with a plan that will help you make the most of your attributes and take advantage of promotions, rebates, and opportunities that'll help you save and accomplish what you set out to do.
Sweet.
Problem with this is a long sentence.
And I
broken up.
And I gotta just Google real quick. Rebate. What is that?
A rebate is when you get something and get something in return.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I'm going to bait you. And somebody's like, well, I'm going to rebate you. And then it just,
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean, it works out good. So promotions,
Crystal
rebates,
clear.
opportunities.
All right.
So what do you want to set out to do? All right. And once again, all right, here's our good friend. Make sure Devin O'Day will join us at Main Street today at 11 o'clock today. Hi, Devin.
Ooh, hey, Dev.
Great show. We love Devin. So make sure you tune in across these same Main Street media platforms to see Devin.
Yes.
You know, she's really popular.
I know.
People know her.
Everybody knows her.
So we're going to attach the old wagon
Yeah,
to Devin.
grab those coattails.
Yep. All right. So we said this last week, and somebody commented to me about the top 20 shows for the Nielsen ratings, right?
Mhm.
I just hadn't seen any of them. And somebody comments, I haven't seen them either. And like The Neighborhood, Bob Hart's Abishola,
Wow.
NCIS. I mean, all these shows.
It's a lot
Star
of
Fox.
A lot of government powered jobs like
Yeah.
Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, 911.
You're right.
They just need to bring cops back.
Now, I have watched Blue Bloods because Tom Selleck's in that. And
That's cool.
also, Magnum PI comes at 20th. I'm not watching this show because the original Magnum is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And
Is
this
that a
show-
remake?
Yeah, I'm not watching that. I
I
don't know
hear
if
ya.
it's good or bad.
They're remaking Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Do you hear about that?
But it's not a comedy.
It's not.
It's a serious drama. I'm not kidding you.
Well, I guess you kind of have to do that if Will Smith's not involved.
I guess, but he's producing it, which is weird.
Oh, that's
All right, time for Comic Striptease brought to you by.
Possibly you.
All right, as the voice of Blondie will be the intern. Who are you going to do today?
I'm going to do Frank Sinatra.
Okay. And as the voice by request, the voice of Dagwood will be Hannibal Lecter again. Obviously, that resonates with people.
So blonde. Okay, gotcha.
So you go.
We
You
do
go
Frank-
first. No,
Oh.
wait. I'm Blondie, and you're Dagwood.
Boom. Okay, cool.
You got to go.
Cute outfit, honey.
We're celebrating St. Patty's Day at the catering shop. Here's a leprechaun hat for you.
Well, listen, Toots, I'm off to the barn to earn me a pot of gold, lass.
Hurry home for a 5-course corned beef and cabbage dinner. I haven't seen the paper boy lately, laddie. I got this. Okay, you go.
How do you rate a 5-course meal?
Obviously, Dagwood of Amstad has the luck of the Irish. Now, the next scene will be that car arriving at work, and these 3 people are gone.
Yeah, the person that's driving is like,
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. It's after 7:10. Our boss is watching.
Oh,
Let's be serious
no.
now. All right, we'll come back. We had a tape interview with our good friend Catherine Mayhew, the restaurant reviewer, food blogger for Main Street Nashville. We love Catherine, and you'll love her too. She's got a brand new restaurant we'll talk about. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Hey, yesterday we got to go to a really cool place at the Omni.
All right, good morning, everybody. We're live at the Omni.
We are doing the show live from the Omni. It's Mornings on Main Street, Taste of Nashville.
There we go.
We got married in high school, had a baby when we turned 18.
Come on into our store, Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years or more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door, flowers blooming in the springtime, and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
Yeah!
Brother, it don't lie. I know there will come a day somewhere down the line.
Look how pretty you look. I look like an ogre.
No, you do not. You do not.
Thank you for watching this. We'll be back soon with another show and a lot of fun. Be hard to top what we had this morning, though. Thank you all for watching. This was Mornings on Main Street, a taste of Nashville. Have a great
From
day,
the
everybody.
Omni. Bye.
All right, let's bring in our good friend Catherine Mayhew. She's the writer, restaurant reviewer, food blogger for Main Street Nashville. Catherine, it's good to see you. I know you're on vacation. Thank you for doing this. We'd be so lost without you. So thanks for your time.
It's fine. I'm eating my way through Chicago at the moment.
All right. So funny thing about your story this week, and I'm going to share the screen we got up here right now, is that a dear friend of mine and actually the intern, his sister's boss, she's in the process of climbing Mount Everest right now. And
Wow.
so your story this week, and you got a story about a restaurant in town, which is really cool. And there it is, called The Food at Everest Scales New Heights. How did you find this place?
You know what? It was sheer dumb luck. So there's a place I've been meaning to go to for a long time. It's also Nepali. And we went over there for lunch and walked in, and they had just moved to a new space, and their restaurant's not open yet. But the lady behind the counter said, well, hey, if you just go down another 3/4 of a mile, there's Everest, and it's Nepali too. So we did, and it was great. It was worth it. Sometimes you just luck into these things.
I love what you write, and you said you like to eat your way across the globe, basically, experiencing the world through their food. And you said you realized you didn't know much about Nepal and their food.
No, I didn't know. You know, I had to actually, I'm embarrassed to say, look up on a map where exactly Nepal is. And then when we walked in the restaurant, I was just delighted to see the Nepali television on, which again, revelation to me. They have their version of Dancing with the Stars, hugely popular. And I didn't know anything about the food other than doing a little research ahead of time. It's really similar to Indian food. Nepal and India share a border, but it's got its own way of spicing things. And it's not as curry forward as Indian food is. It's got its own spice. And the momos, oh, the momos. Yeah, there they are in all their glory. So momos are dumplings. Every culture has some kind of a dumpling. And this is the Nepal version. And it, again, the filling is you can get chicken or pork or vegetables, but it's the spicing is different. It's its own unique taste. And I had never had spicy dumplings anywhere. So that's what we dove into first. We did a bunch of other eating, but that was what we dove into first. And they're just intoxicating. Who doesn't like a dumpling to begin with? And then when you add that spice level, and they put peppers and onions in there, it was a great, great experience. We ate the whole thing. It's meant to be. Look how big that is. It's meant to be an appetizer.
I love it. I love it also because I'm thinking, all right, I don't like spicy things. And literally in your next sentence after about dumplings, you say, but they're never spicy in my experience. So now I want to eat all of them.
Well, you don't have to get spicy. They have regular, for people who don't want any spice, that's fine too. And the food in general, we also had what they call chow mein, but it's a chow mein, not like Chinese chow mein. It's a chow mein that's all Nepali. It's not too saucy, and it's got those same sort of cardamom, cinnamon, fenugreek sort of vibes to it. It's very accessible. I mean, very accessible.
I'm thinking if I drive by, Catherine, and I see this, I'm thinking, maybe one day I'll stop by there. But after reading your story and seeing the pictures, I mean, I want to go today. And that's the point of these articles with you. You make us want to go try these places out. Like, the Little Hats we talked about in Germantown.
Right.
Vietnamese place last week. And now this place. I mean, Nashville's got so many amazing cultures now. And you're discovering this. And this place at Everest is just amazing.
When you walk, it's in a strip shopping center that is very nondescript. And it looks like a sports bar from the outside. And unless you get the Everest reference, like Mount Everest is in Nepal, part of it's in Nepal, you wouldn't sort of get that it's a Nepalese restaurant. So, but my advice always is walk in the door. What's the worst that could happen, right? And usually it's the best that could happen. And a little, I put it in the column, but a little trick or tip: after you're done eating the momos, head around the strip to the Mexican bakery. That's all I have to say. Go to the Mexican bakery.
Or I can consume that much food that's going on there. Let me ask you this: your experience of writing all this in food, why are we unwilling to try new things?
I think people have a comfort level. I think I've told you this before. The average person in what they cook at home has 5 different dishes only, 5 different things. And people are, they like to be in their comfort zone, and they somehow think if they walk into a restaurant and they don't recognize everything on the menu, they're just afraid. Honestly, people are afraid to try something new. They're afraid to walk into a place where the first language may not be English, which is the key to any really good global restaurant. Please let the first language not be English. Right. And they're afraid they'll embarrass themselves by looking at a menu and not understanding what's on it. And the best thing, again, to do is ask. People will tell you. Your server will tell you. If you ask the server, what would you eat on this menu? Whatever he or she says, pick it.
It makes me wonder, Catherine, how many great restaurants I've missed out living in Nashville because I was a giant sissy and wouldn't walk in the door.
Well, I think probably a lot, Joe, because, I've lived in Nashville for more than 25 years. And I can tell you from the time we moved here till now, it's a lightning difference. And I know you grew up in Nashville, but when I moved here, I live in the Brentwood area. The only 2 restaurants that weren't fast food were Red Lobster and J. Alexander's. That was it. That was your choice. And today, I mean, literally, you can eat anything across the globe, almost, just within probably 2 or 3 miles of your house, maybe 4.
Well, and that's the thing. This Everett Restaurant and Bar on Bell Road, it's on my side of town. And I'm kicking myself because I love dumplings, and the picture you've got up there and the way you describe the dumplings and the whole kind of ambiance in this restaurant is I should have been this place from day one.
Well, I think so. And, next week, just to tantalize you further, we're going to Ethiopia.
Okay. That's good. I need to expand my palate. I've been telling my son, we need to expand his palate. I need to expand mine. I got to try these places out.
Well, it just takes, honestly, all it takes is one trip somewhere to a restaurant in Nashville that you're personally doubtful of going into. I mean, literally, if you do it one time, you're going to understand what you've been missing, and you'll do it again and again and again. So get out there, Big Joe. You can do it.
because of inspiration, I'm going to try out Everest the next few days, and I will report next time we have you on. I'll report back my thoughts on Everest. So I've got to try it out because, again, the way you described the dumplings, I should go there right now and try it out and check and see. So we'll do that. Plus, the intern and I, we want to take you to Crystal one day.
I'd love to go to Crystal. It's one of my favorites.
We're doing this.
There's,
We'll take you there and see how many Crystal burgers I can eat in one sitting.
Well, I can tell you that I generally am a one Crystal, no cheese, one little chick, and one corn dog. I do it all, and they're chili. Have you ever had their chili?
Fantastic.
It is. It's the best chili in town.
I love it. I love it.
It's
Catherine, I know you're on vacation. We again appreciate your time.
No worries.
Safe travels.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits. Because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
All right, welcome back to the Mornings on Main Street. Live look at the T-Dot Smartway cameras. You make your way in on this St. Patrick's Day. We're all concerned about the weather, so intern, hit it, brother. Proudly sponsored by 50 Ford, a national area nonprofit serving older adults. It's a proud partner with the All of Us Research Program for the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting the website, joinallofus.org/50forward. And the weather today, right now, it's about 50 degrees, but this afternoon, maybe in the mid-70s. Sun's going to peak out. Be fantastic for St. Patrick's Day. Of course, tonight will be dipped back down into the 50s. So dress accordingly today and have a good time with that. Speaking of a good time, there's going to be a good time happening this weekend in Watertown at a place that you guys need to know about called Music City Toys and Collectibles. The owner, Chad Flatt, joins this morning. He's on his lunch break this morning. Chad, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I appreciate you doing this. I know we got a time crunch with you, but thank you for doing this. First of all, tell me about Music City Toys and Collectibles and why a lot of people are making this trek to Watertown.
Well, you know, we opened up last year on May 1st and just kind of parlayed the success we had found online selling various collectibles over the years and decided this area needed something, needed a cool vintage toy store that does a lot of autograph signings with stars. And we're big into pro wrestling. I guess we're going to talk about that, but that's something that we're doing as well, bringing a lot of wrestling legends from the 80s and 90s to the area. And it's just a cool thing, man. We're having a ball doing it, and people are digging it.
I love the fact that you're doing this because people are like, oh, he's probably downtown somewhere. You're in Watertown. Watertown's beautiful. It's a great drive out there. And you have this really cool place that's happening over there. All right, and so we'll talk about this event that's happening this weekend. You got a couple of famous wrestlers coming to town on Saturday. And my goodness, when I saw this, I about jumped out of my seat there, Chad. You got some legends. Powers of Pain are coming to your place, the Warlord and the Barbarian. First of all, let me ask you this. Why are these guys so beloved and so many people are going to come see them on Saturday?
Man, it's all about nostalgia, I guess. And the 80s and the 90s were the golden era in pro wrestling, I guess. So a lot of folks grew up during that time period watching these guys on television. They were larger than life stars. They were superheroes come to life. And it's just a part of a lot of people's childhood that they, still hang on to and enjoy. So they always turn out to see these guys. The guys from that era, they'll always be popular.
In dealings when I've had with wrestlers like this throughout the years, They are so gracious, man. I don't think I've ever met one guy that had an attitude that was mean, that didn't really embrace the fans, and which makes it even more fun to see these guys.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they definitely appreciate their fans and appreciate that folks still remember them and still want to come meet them and share a story with them. And, you know, a lot of people will come and say, oh, you know, Saturday mornings I went to my grandpa's house and I would sit in his lap and we'd watch you guys on TV and he hated you, you know, and stuff. And we always get a kick out of stuff like that. The guys enjoy hearing it. And it's just kind of something that's almost woven into the fabric here in the South, you know.
How do you get stars like this? I mean, I know agents and all that, but how to get them to come to what's the selling point of getting them to Watertown?
Well, you know, we've done conventions for years. That's kind of where we made a lot of contacts and got to know a lot of guys and stuff. And they're doing more and more appearances now at retail stores and private stuff like that, rather than the larger public, you know, public conventions and things of that nature, especially after COVID. So it's not that hard, you know. You just, you know, contact them and tell them what you want to do, and you know, everybody's always on board. They're always looking to get out and meet some fans and have a good time. So it always works out well.
How did you get started in this world?
I started in the world of collectibles back in the late 80s with dealing in baseball cards, like everybody from that time period, and just kind of parlayed over the years and branched out and grew into toys and comics and pop culture related stuff, and skewed way into the pro wrestling because doing the conventions, I noticed that not anybody else was really doing a lot of wrestling related stuff. And every time we would have some wrestling products, they would sell quickly. And, you know, I've been a lifelong fan. I knew a lot of the guys in the business, and I thought, hey, why not go all in? That's kind of a segment of the market that's being underserved. So we kind of went that direction, and it's been great for us.
Who's been the one guy, you've met a lot of people in your time as being part of the collectibles world, who's the one guy or girl that you were completely starstruck?
Wow, that's tough. You know, I was doing a convention a couple years ago and, you know, waiting on some customers, talking to some folks, and turn around and standing there in front of me shopping in my booth was Gene Simmons. So that kind of took me by surprise. But
yes.
You know, but yeah, we've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to meet a lot of stars from Hollywood and TV and the world of sports and wrestling and stuff. And like you said, they're always usually really gracious, really cool. And it's just, it's been a fun journey.
Oh, I bet. My quick story is Roddy Piper, God may he rest in peace, but did a radio segment with me one day, and I was just all a gush, man. I couldn't talk to him. I was just nervous because it's Roddy Piper. I mean, they live the movie and everything. He's in front of me. So I understand when that happens and what goes on. So let me ask you this real quick, Chad. What's your most prized possession? Now, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but if you can, what's your most prized possession?
Well, you know, people ask me all the time, they say, oh, you must have a massive collection and all this stuff. And quite honestly, I don't really collect anything. I've got a few pieces of stuff for over the years that it's kind of sentimental to me, you know, guys that I grew up watching that I liked and enjoyed, and I had the opportunity to meet them and get something signed and have a photo taken and stuff like that. But I've got of course, I grew up here in Middle Tennessee, and I would go to a lot of the old Memphis wrestling shows.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s as a kid. And my dad took me to my first show in early 1985 in Cookville at the old high school gym. That's where I grew up in Putnam County. And on the card that night was a guy named Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
And it was just a few months before he went to New York and joined the WWF, and the rest is history, as they say. But he was in the main event that night, and they used to sell little 4x6 photos for $1 each at the quote unquote gimmick table.
Right.
And so I have quite a collection of those that I bought over the years. But I bought one of Macho Man that night, and he happened to come out of the dressing room and was signing some autographs. So I went over and you know, I was 7 years old or whatever, and kind of handed him the picture, and I was intimidated as you would expect. And he's, "What's your name, brother?" And I told him, and he spins around to the whole gym and said, "Chad's my buddy. Oh yeah, dig it." You know, like I turned 25 shades of red, you know, but
that's fantastic. Do you still have the picture?
I still have the photo. He signed the back of it for me. And I actually ran into his brother, Leaping Lanny Poffo, the Genius, at a convention a couple years ago. And I took that picture with me and showed it to showed it to him and told him that story. And he got a big kick out of that. So, stuff like that's sentimental. That's what it's all about, is nostalgia and reminding us of a simpler time when we were kids. And that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy. But that's probably one of my favorite things that I have.
Love it. All right. Again, the event starts what time on Saturday?
10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Music City Toys and Collectibles in Watertown. Hey, Chad, thank you for this. And anytime you got something happening, man, you got my number. Reach out to me. We'll bring you on, promote your business. We love Watertown. We love what you do, man, because you had a key point there. Simpler times. You talk about Macho Man and those guys, and I'm immediately 15 years old again, and I don't have any worries in the world.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, well, I appreciate it, man.
All right, Chad, thanks, brother. Have a good day. All right, it's Chad Flatt, the owner of Music City Toys and Collectibles, and welcoming some great wrestlers to town on Saturday. Man, that's fantastic. All right, we'll take a break, come back. Terry McCormick from Titan Insider joins us. Titans with some big moves the last 48, 72 hours. Terry will join us next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
I can't think of anything more important than buying and selling a new home, except for one thing, and that's finding a new home for a displaced pet here in the Middle Tennessee area.
We got Mr. Charlie out at Lucky Farms Animal Rescue, a sweet little pit bull named Luna at Mount Juliet Animal Control. Please help us find her a home. We're getting him back to on all four paws, but we need someone to take him home.
Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group, proud sponsor of Pet of the Week. He was the first one to hop on board, 4 or 5 months ago. Let's bring in our good friend Hunter Briley from Regal Realty Group, who joins us this morning. My man, how are you, buddy?
He doesn't even know he's missing a leg. He's that sweet. I know somebody out there has a place in their home for him.
Thank you so much, Joe, for all your help and work that we're doing on this. I'm so excited to be part of Pet of the Week every single week.
Love you, Big Joe. Love you bunches. See you.
Hero, man. Welcome back to the Mornings on Main Street. Live look on the C-Dot Smartway camera, I-40 east of Elmville Pike. Look at that. Nice commute. That fog needs to get out of here. Intern, hit it, brother. Standing weather report brought to you by our good friends at 54, the Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. Proud partner with the All of Us research program for the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting our website. Join allofus.org/50forward. All right, and the weather today, right now, it's about 50 degrees. The fog needs to get out of here. Then the sun comes out, be mid-70s today, be nice. Tonight, fog might roll back in, partly cloudy. So it's going to be a nice day. So get out and enjoy this St. Patrick's Day around Middle Tennessee. All right, big news yesterday coming. Tennessee Titans reportedly saying goodbye to Julio Jones, which I absolutely love. Let's bring in Terry McCormick from Titan Insider, covering this team for a long time. Terry, I'm so glad they're moving on from Julio Jones, and I'm not even a Titans fan. What a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, it was a situation where they gambled. They went all in on Julio Jones, and it just didn't work out because he couldn't shake that chronic hamstring problem that he had his final season in Atlanta. And, it cost them a second round pick to get him. And yesterday they decided to move on from him and go in a different direction.
Are you surprised?
Not really. I mean, Julio Jones, Roger Saffold, Janoris Jenkins, those are all guys that were at high cap numbers and, over 30, kind of in the twilight of their career, making big money. So that's not a recipe for staying on the roster long term. And as you know how the NFL works, there, Joe.
Yeah, I know, and all that. And, when he came here, Julio, I mean, just, Titans Twitter was like, oh, yeah, they did the same thing with Clowney on Vic Beasley. They just need to be quiet, don't they? And just not try to play GM anymore.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think they probably would be better off letting John Robinson and Mike Vrabel handle those things. I mean, I don't fault them for going after Julio Jones because I think they felt like he was the one missing piece that could make that offense from 2020 even more explosive and really kind of help them get over the hump and get to a Super Bowl. Obviously, that didn't happen, but you can't fault the move in terms of, going for it, but now they're kind of on the other side of it. And now they've got work to do to try and find out who's going to replace him in the lineup, because other than AJ Brown, they really don't have a lot of explosive pieces in the passing game right now.
Terry, I like John Robinson personally. I think we all do. He's a good dude. But at some point, I mean, you look at this, the draft choices, I mean, from 16, 17, 18, they're all Rashaan Evans, all be gone. You got Jeffrey Simmons in the 2019. And then you got the Panda, Isaiah Wilson, terrible. Last year's pick, Farley, terrible. The free agency is terrible. I mean, at some point, there's got to be all right, John, we need to, at least from my perspective, Terry, that there's got to be some kind of going there because there's a lot of picks that have now left Nashville.
Well, he needs to have a good draft this year. I don't think there's any question about that. He needs a draft similar to what he did in 2019 when he got Jeffrey Simmons in the first round, AJ Brown in the second round, Nate Davis in the third round, and David Long in the sixth or seventh round. So he really needs to hit on some picks because this team's got some holes to fill. They need at least 2 wide receivers. They need at least 1 more tight end. They probably need a backup running back, having lost Deontay Foreman to the Panthers, to give them some insurance for Derrick Henry, because now we know after last year that he's no longer immortal. He's human like the rest of us in terms of that he suffered that foot injury. And I know they're hoping that he comes back and is the same type of player. But you know this, Joe, as anytime you suffer a major injury like that, it takes some time to recover and come back from it. And there's no guarantee that he's going to be exactly the same as he was before.
Good point. Why all the Ben Jones slander? I know there was not a ton of it, but there was out there. I think Ben Jones does a fine job.
I think Ben Jones is absolutely the glue of that offensive line. I know Taylor Lewan is kind of the spokesman for that group, and he has the big personality, but Ben Jones is the guy that really holds things together, not only on that offensive line and in the locker room, but in large part in terms of the offense itself, because he and Ryan Tannehill are on the same page in terms of getting the protection calls right and getting everybody lined up and being where they're supposed to be and doing what they're supposed to do. I think Ben Jones is a very underrated member of this Titans offense. And, centers don't always get a lot of attention, but what they do out there is very important.
I thought free agency, Terry, you're supposed to answer all your questions. And now, we got the receiver. There's not a really solid number 2. The tight end room is like, who's in there? I mean, there's a lot of things I thought they could have addressed in the first few days that they haven't done. But again, John Robinson's the GM, not Joe Dubin.
Well, part of it is because they were over the cap, so they had to get themselves squared away in that regard to get under the cap to be able to spend a little bit of money. They've made a couple of bargain signings. They signed A.J. Moore, who's a special teams defensive back type of player. They signed a guy named Trenton Cannon yesterday, who's a backup running back and will play some special teams, that sort of thing. They haven't really made a big splash yet. I think they will sign, some guys like that, but I think it's more important that this team build in the draft and try to add to that core, because most of the time with free agents, unless you really get lucky and get a guy that's, just coming into his own, maybe he's 25, 26 years old. Most of the time, free agency is a quick fix and a short-term fix. It's not something that when you go out and you may sign a guy to a 5-year contract, but if he lasts more than 2 years on that deal in free agency, then it's probably been a pretty good signing.
Absolutely. Real quick before I let you go, it's not the Titans per se, but it's in the division. The Colts need a quarterback. I think if the Colts somehow, in a wild, weird way, land Baker Mayfield, I don't think that's good for the Titans, Terry.
I don't. I mean, a lot of people are down on Baker Mayfield. They think he gets too much hype, because of all the commercials and this, that, and the other. He was hurt last year, and credit to him for playing through it, but he was not the same player that he was the year before. I still think Baker Mayfield is an above average NFL quarterback, and you're exactly right. If the Colts somehow landed him, I think they would be a formidable foe for the Titans in the AFC South. If the Browns are smart, they'll deal him somewhere in the NFC so they don't have to see him either.
Smart move. We should all be GMs. Terry McCormick, Titan Insider. Terry, thank you. I know you're busy. Appreciate your time, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one, Joe.
All right, Terry McCormick, again, Titan Insider. Terry's covered this football team since day one. A lot of good insights there as well. All right, we'll come back. We have our pet of the week. We have celebrity birthdays. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
Welcome back to Mornings of Main Street, the final segment today. We'll have celebrity birthdays in just a moment, but first, our pet of the week, proudly brought to you by our good friends at Regal Realty Group and our friend Hunter Briley. This week, we went to Cheatham County Animal Control. And look, real quick, when I go out to these shelters, the intern and I will do a video of a dog of the week, and we'll take an Instagram picture of a dog that's been there the longest. So we posted one on Tuesday. Miss Kinsey was a dog that had been at the shelter for quite a while. Within 3 hours, you guys adopted her out. So thank you so much. So now we got to get Randy a new home. So meet Randy. All right, welcome, my good friends. Once again, we're at Cheatham County Animal Control and meet my new best friend, Randy. Hey, Randy, get over here. Randy is a lab hound mix. He's about 18 months old. He is beautiful. He loves to play. He's a perfect companion to go on walks, explore the trails, have a lot of fun. And again, he's about 18 to 20 months old. Really cute, lots of energy, so much fun. Great to pet. Hey, look at that lean. Ah, yeah, Randy. Buddy. Randy's checking on his buddies, his best friends over there. Randy again. He loves to play, has a good time. He's talking to his friends right now. Randy, that's your buddies over there? Anyway, Randy's at Cheatham County Animal Control. Been here about 2 weeks. Was a stray, was brought in. My goodness, look how he's marked. He's beautiful. Randy, let's see your pretty face. Again, kind of a lab hound mix out here. Been here 2 weeks at Cheatham County Animal Control. Loves to play, loves to go on walks. Is a lot of fun. Enjoys out here in the Fitz play area where he just leaps and bounds and has a great time. and checks on things. Very curious. It's a very curious puppy dog that we see. Randy enjoys his play dates with his shelter buddy, Miss Kinsey. Randy, what are you doing there, buddy? Anyway, Randy's up for adoption here at Cheatham County Animal Control. And because of you guys, we've had some great success. We're out here the last time, a few weeks ago, and the two of the one, Randy, we're not going to show that. Two of the ones that we got featured, got adopted within a few days. So look at him bounding. Handsome boy, Randall. Just checking things out. Again, it'd be a lot of fun in your backyard to play and have a good time with. So come check out Randy here at Cheatham County Animal Control. Love to see you. Love to have a good time. And look, he's making control. He's got a buddy up there. Ah, yeah. See, Randy's checking out the action. See what's going on. You tell him, Randy. You tell him the national media darling is here. Anyway, he's a good boy. Cuddle dog, running, having a good time. All right, there's information on the bottom of the screen, how you can make Randy part of your family. Beautiful boy. All right, Randy, we'll see you, buddy. Randy! Let me tell you what, I played with Randy for about 30 minutes after I was done taping that. A lot of fun. I mean, that dog is fantastic. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. What now? Go ahead.
Oh, he wasn't worried about the camera. He wanted to see what was going on.
He did on the peripheral.
Yeah,
I mean, that
like,
dude was
like, hey, girl.
cool. So adopt Randy at Cheatham County Animal Control. They do such a great job. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by good friends at Donaldson Cafe and Catering. Today's food, fried chicken. I was at Donaldson Cafe 2 days this week eating their lunch.
So
It's
good.
fantastic.
So good.
All right, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Play along at home, my good friends.
Yes.
All right, our first birthday today is actor Patrick Duffy. He played Bobby Ewing on Dallas. How old is he?
75.
73. One for the intern.
On the board.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Next is Kurt Russell, actor Kurt Russell.
Okay, Kurt Russell. He's probably 59.
71.
Oh, wow.
Actor Gary Sinise. He played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
He's probably 64.
67. Actor Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe from Parks and Rec and like a million other things. He's probably 62.
58.
Oh.
Rocker Billy Corgan. Wasn't he with Smashing Pumpkins?
Might have been. I wish they wouldn't smash those. Let's say he's probably 44.
55.
Wrong again.
Quite well. Actor John Boyega. I guess he's in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. He's the
new Luke or something. I don't know. I don't watch
something like that. Yeah. He's probably 34.
30. Right on the precipice.
Right on the cusp.
Let's see who else. Singer-songwriter John Sebastian of the Lovin' Spoonful. Papa intern would get this.
Okay, so that's good context clues there. Let's say 67.
78. Actress Leslie Ann Down. She was in Pure Country with George Strait.
Pure Country. Let's say she's 51.
She is 68. Off on that. Let's see who else. Maybe you can get. You only got one so far.
It was the first one though. It was very exciting. Electric.
It was. You got Patrick Duffy. Let's go down the list here and see who else. Oh, Tracy Wolfson from NFL and CBS.
Ooh.
I would have missed this big time.
51.
47. I don't think she's like 35.
No, she looks very young, but that's
for that.
I know that is
TV personality Rob Kardashian. God, you're terrible at this today.
He's a TV personality?
Yeah, Rob Kardashian.
One of the Kardashians, the brother.
Look, man, just answer the question.
No, it's fine. I didn't know that. He is probably 41.
35. Finally, singer Hozier.
Oh yeah, take me to church.
Is that how you say his name? Hozier.
Hozier. Yeah, there's a Z in it.
There's a Z in it.
Yeah,
but is a Z silent like Hoye?
I
don't know, man. Answer the question.
I can't wait to see Jorge tonight. Let's go 36.
32. Terrible.
Just
got one correct. The first one. Got our hopes up. I'll see you at 11:30 downtown Nashville.
Yes, sir.
All right, my friends. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Remember, you got the world today. Be nice, be kind, smile. Let people in traffic open doors. Nobody cares about your CrossFit workout unless you do it for charity. Always remember this. Always remember this. Nobody ever went broke by giving. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you tomorrow.